What's happening, guys? Today we're going to be looking at the new HTC data. This is one of the first Windows Phone 7.5 device that have been officially released. So this is a Windows Mango device that has been launched in India. It was launched some time back and we did get an unboxing video for you guys, and the review's been running late, so I apologize for that. But without wasting any more time, I'm going to get into the full review of this device. So let's check it out. So before we begin anything, I'm going to start off with the build quality. The device is exceptionally well built in the standard HTC style, and you will see that it has a metal unibody kind of construction where this aluminum body goes all around the device, and it's a unibody design. You don't have any removable panels except this bottom part at the back over here, which houses your SIM card slot, and that's about all the ports that you have on the device, and you don't have anything else. Unlike the Mozart, which also had a removable battery, this device also does not have a removable battery. That kind of limits the usage of the device a little bit, but we don't mind that too much. Talking about the form factor, it's a very nice candy bar style phone. Not too big in size, and looks exceptionally great, especially because of the white color. I personally like the white color a lot. The overall feel is really solid and sturdy. The phone can also go well as a lady's phone, and women won't mind carrying this around, especially because it looks pretty good. Talking about the buttons, the camera button on the device is a slightly flimsy kind of button. The buttons on Windows Phone devices have not usually been tactile, but in this scenario, the camera button is slightly flimsy, but the volume rocker and the power lock and unlock button is pretty tactile. It's still a little depressed, not as separate as we like it to be from the standard bezel, but it's overall pretty decent. The micro USB port is located on the left of the device, and I don't know why we've not been seeing a lot of dockable devices from Windows, especially because if you're spending upwards of 25,000 rupees on a device, we'd like to dock it on a desk, but we've not been seeing a lot of those phones lately. Samsung and all these people have been putting docking ports on the side. I don't know what the reason for that is, but I usually like to charge my devices standing up, and not being seeing a lot of docks for that. The 3.5mm jack is a huge improvement over the 3.5mm jacks of previous Windows phones that have been coming out from HTC. The Mozart has a slightly wedged jack where the connectors of all smartphones, the connectors of all headphones don't work pretty well. On the back here, you do have a 5 megapixel autofocus camera and LED flash, the loudspeakers over here. So overall great design, and looks good, feels good. Well-built phone from HTC. Let's get into the operating system and let's talk about Windows Mango or Windows Phone 7.5. And this is the main lock screen of the device. A standard Windows Phone lock screen that we've been seeing since the first version. You tap on the screen to gives you a little preview. What's changed is that your notifications and your chat message notifications come here in the front. So we do have a Facebook notification for an event that's about to happen. So that notification comes out in the front over here. You can customize the wallpaper of the lock screen, and you can change it to whatever wallpaper you like. And that's about it for the lock screen. You get your notification missed call alerts, but nothing more, nothing less. Simply slide up the lock screen to reveal the Windows Phone interface. The same interface that we've been seeing on Windows Phone devices. A little bit has changed from Windows Phone 7 to Windows Phone 7.5 when we talk about basic things. I'll go on from the beginning so that those who don't know about Windows Phone can also get a full review. Sliding down from the top reveals the top notification panel. This will give you information on your networks, Wi-Fi networks. If you have a Bluetooth connection, if you have headphones connected, will all show up here, and also your battery status along with date and time. Along with time. If you do change the volume, it also shows up on the top over here, and the volume counter is on the left. And you can also select whether you want the device to vibrate or ring plus vibrate by tapping on the top right. That's the notification panel. If you hold down on the power button on the top, it will give you a slide to power off panel. which you can press back and remove in case you don't want to power off. This is the standard Windows interface. These are tiles, as Windows likes to call it, live tiles. So these are live tiles. For example, you have this people tile. Currently we don't have any contacts except we are linked to our Facebook account, so we get updates from the Facebook account right here. You do get a list of all your Facebook contacts. In case you have other connections such as Twitter or your SIM card, your contacts will come in the people content as well. So that's absolutely great. Again, with messaging, you can have your threads. These threads are SMS threads or online threads. If we go online, we'll get a bunch of messages. So I'm going to avoid that, but we can go online and chat on Facebook chat, which is a feature which is included now. So you can turn on Facebook chat, SMS delivery confirmation, and group text messaging is also allowed. So all these things are in the messaging app. These tiles are really dynamic and they are live, and you can move them around simply by tapping on one of the tiles and moving it around up or down. Again, with individual tiles, you can play around with the whole interface layout and you can move it around in whatever fashion that you like. If you like them to be on one side, you can just move around everything and put it on one side. If you don't like anything, you can remove it from the main screen simply by tapping on the top right icon. It's a fairly simple and easily dynamic interface. You can play around with it, you can customize it, you can make it and place around tiles in the fashion that you want. If you want internet and Facebook on top, you can remove the phone book from here and shift out applications in the order that you like. We really like this customization aspect of it, and the fact that you can customize the home screen in a way where it fits your own personal interest is absolutely brilliant. If you do want to add more apps to the main screen, you can just simply tap on an app and say pin to start. It'll automatically put that application in the front here, give it a nice tile. If it supports live tiles, it'll automatically get updates and you can move it around and place it in the fashion that you want. Another little customization that you can do is by simply tapping on the settings panel. You can jump into theme over here and you can change the background from a light background to a dark background. It'll change the background to a black background. We prefer light, and for the purpose of the review, we're going to stick it to light. And again, you can change the color of the live tiles from say purple to mango color, and then it starts to look like this. We also have this really nice iGyaan blue over here, so I'm just going to play with that right now. So these are all your applications. A bunch of features that have been added in Mango is, for example, a live task manager. So by pressing down on the back button over here, it'll give you a list of all the applications that have been running in the background so that you can quickly jump to them. To quit an application, you need to press the back button a several number of times and you've actually quit the application. If you hold down on the back button now, you'll see that all tiles have been closed. So if you open a bunch of applications, you hold down on the back button, you'll see that all your applications are over here. The device is overall very responsive, and Windows Phone 7 is one of the most responsive operating systems that we've seen. We've barely noticed any crashing or lagging on the whole operating system. It's much more stable compared to Android. A little less if you compare it to iOS in terms of fluidity. You do get some snags once or twice while using it. Let's talk about the marketplace over here. This is the Windows marketplace. It flows in this really nice large text manner. You'll see menus flowing in very beautifully because of this. You have large fonts and easy to move around in this whole panel. So for example, you get the HTC apps application where you can download HTC apps and recommended apps by HTC. So this phone does have a flashlight, so you can download the HTC flashlight, which is over here. We are on an HSDPA network with MTNL Dolphin in Delhi. So I'm just going to download that over 3G. So it starts to download over here and you can see that it says pending right now. It's going to start downloading in just a minute. While that downloads in the background, we can leave that and come back into the marketplace. I'm going to show you a bit more of the marketplace. So that's the HTC apps from the marketplace, but you also can get applications and games. Stuff like Kick Messenger and popular applications can be browsed via categories or new applications. The top applications for each category, the featured applications are over here. You also get on the bottom over here updates and downloads for the account. So for example, on our account we have 8 updates. So we can update them all by simply tapping the update all button and they'll dynamically update. So for example, flashlight is downloading, and once it's downloaded we can pin it to the start menu. Now you can also jump into music over here and go into the Zune marketplace, which is the music marketplace. You can download music from the Zune marketplace, sync it with your device, and play music over this. This device is fairly decent in terms of media playback. You also get a FM radio, and that requires you to connect your headsets to get the radio working, so you can browse through the radio. That's absolutely brilliant. You need an antenna to do that. I'm going to get out of the FM radio. You'll see that the overall interface is really nice and clean, large fonts, easy to read interface, easy to use, easy to scroll through. You'll find that scrolling from left to right is the standard method of scrolling through all sorts of menus in the Windows Phone 7.5 series. Again, I'm going to quickly jump into the camera. The camera is definitely an improvement over the camera on the Mozart. The Mozart had an 8 megapixel camera with a xenon flash. The flash was really poor and the camera quality was not that great, especially in low light. With this camera, we've got exceptional pictures in low light, and in standard light, you get really good quality video as well. So we have a standard 5 megapixel full resolution. You do get a bunch of settings over here. You can select your scene modes, and of course you get some effects over here. You also get a panorama shot, which is absolutely brilliant. Burst shots, you get the resolution, white balance settings, brightness settings, contrast settings, saturation, sharpness, ISO settings. You also get face detection, metering mode, flicker adjustment. All of that is there. You can also turn on or off flash or put it in auto mode. And simply tapping on the video button will give you a video camera, and you can jump into settings of the video camera, select the resolution, all of that here as well. It does do video at 720p. One thing that's definitely there to note has been there on Windows Phone devices since the beginning. If the device is locked and you quickly need to jump into the camera, just tapping down on the camera button, long press, is going to open up the camera app, and you can quickly jump into the camera from here. And that's great, and we like this feature a lot, especially on Windows Phone devices. So you can also switch the camera to a front facing. You don't get any settings when you're in the front mode, but you can switch back into the rear mode and you'll be able to see a bunch of settings. That's the camera application. I'm just going to quickly jump into the browser over here, load up our website obviously. Since you don't have a menu button over here, you'll find these 3 dots on the bottom right of every place that has a menu option. And just by simply tapping on that, you can get the full menu. From here in the Internet Explorer, you can manage tabs, your recent visits, your favorites. You can add a website to favorite, and you can share a page. You can also jump into settings, change around with the settings, website preference. You can go into the mobile version or the desktop version, and all of those things. So I'm just going to quickly load up iGyaan again. So it loads up the website in the mobile mode, and you can see that the browser is absolutely fluid, no issues over there, no issues rendering images or the browser. I'm just going to quickly switch to the regular website. So this is the website in the full mode right now, and as you can see, it looks absolutely brilliant on the device. Scrolling and panning is absolutely brilliant. Double tap zooms in, you can move around, and it's very fluid, very fast, very responsive Internet Explorer. The internet experience is absolutely brilliant. Pinching and zooming in is one of the best implementations that we've seen on a mobile device. It's absolutely smooth and fluid, and you can see that the text is absolutely crisp. No issues over here whatsoever. The only downside is that there is no support for Flash, but anyway, Flash is going off mobile browsers soon enough, so you will not miss that much in the future. So we have the iPhone 4S unboxing video. I'm just going to quickly play that in high quality so that you can experience the audio quality as well as video playback capabilities of the HTC radar. So what's happening here is that this is a definite improvement over previous devices from HTC. The loudspeaker is absolutely brilliant. It's very loud compared to the Mozart, for example. We had a lot of issues with the speakerphone on the Mozart. It wasn't loud enough, and most of the HTC phones which come with unibody construction don't have a loud enough speakerphone, but in the case of the radar, we have an absolutely brilliant loudspeaker. There is also a front-facing camera on the device, but you can't use it to make video calls. What you can do is that the only available application right now is Tango Video Calls. It's available for free from the marketplace, so you can use that to make video calls from your HTC radar, but it will require a internet connection. Tapping on the home button for a long period will give out this Microsoft Tell Me feature, which is almost like Siri, but it had been implemented before all of this Siri madness came along. This is an interesting aspect of the interface because it is pretty good in reading your voice, and it understands the Indian accent a little bit better than Siri, but it has limited functionality and can't do all the things that Siri can do. So for example, if you need to send a text message, you can do that as well. Call 11112 is a very easy to use format of the dialer. You get the standard Windows Phone features in the dialer as well. You do have the tile layout where you can, I'm just going to quickly go back into the phone screen over here. I moved the phone around. So here's the phone. You can make phone calls by jumping into the history. Here's your dialer. Make a call. This is your dialer layout. You do get speaker, mute, all of those things. You can put it on speaker. And you can pull out the keypad from here as well. Mute, unmute, add a call. All those features are available. If you come back into the main menu, your call will remain on the top over here, and it'll continue to give you information about your call. So absolutely brilliant when it comes to dialer. I'm going to quickly jump into messaging and show you what the keyboard looks like. Now in our previous reviews, we've been talking about Windows Phone keyboards, and we feel that these keyboards are much better than any other keyboard on any other mobile OS till date, especially for me, because I absolutely love the way the keyboard flows. And you can see it's a really fast keyboard. I really love the feedback that the sound gives every time you tap on the keyboard. It's very, very responsive, and the impact that it has is phenomenal. I've never seen a keyboard better than the keyboard on the Windows Phone 7 series, and on the 7.5 it's slightly improved with better recognition, so you get this brilliant keyboard that you can really type on. One last thing that I like to talk about before I conclude this review is the HTC hub that I've removed from here. So I'm just going to quickly go back here and pin it back to the start menu. There it goes. And the HTC hub is a sort of replacement for HTC Sense, which is available on Android devices. So you get the HTC Sense experience by doing this. Once you get your data, weather information, you get the same HTC clock widget along with the weather information, which is over here. Tapping on it will take you to the latest weather updates. This is courtesy AccuWeather. And if you've been using Android, you'll be able to see these sort of animations that have been coming on Android devices. You can also get 24-hour data updates, or hourly predictions, which is absolutely brilliant. Apart from the weather in the hub, you can also scroll right in the standard Windows Phone format. You get stock updates, you get the latest news, and you also get featured applications and all those things that you can go into the HTC Hub featured section. Applications, games can also be downloaded, and these are recommended by HTC. Some are free and some are paid. So that's great. HTC Hub also will allow you to find your phone using the interface, which we like as well. Coming into the settings, you do have a lot more settings than you had on Windows Phone 7. Of course, have a lot more ringtones now, and you can add custom ringtones as well this time around, so that's great. You do have some custom notifications as well. The major thing is that now hotspot capabilities and internet sharing is already here, so you can use a tethered connection over a wired connection or over Wi-Fi. Which is great, and we really like that feature. You can share internet, especially if you're on a 3G connection like we are. So that's a great feature for the device. Overall, we think that the device is really great with specifications that match any other Android phone. So there you go, guys. This was an in-depth review of the new HTC Radar, the Windows Phone 7.5 device from HTC, recently launched in India. Exceptionally brilliant device if you're looking for something different. So there you go, guys. For more unboxing videos, reviews and tutorials, log on to iGyaan.in. If you have any questions or queries, you can log on to our forum. Do subscribe to our YouTube channels, youtube.com/iGyaan, youtube.com/iGyaanTV. If you have any comments or feedback, leave those in the comment section below. You can also catch us on Facebook, Twitter and on Google+. The links to those are at the end of this video or in the description below. Take the time and give us a thumbs up, guys, if you like this video. I really appreciate the feedback. For iGyaan.in, this has been Bharat Nagpal checking out the Windows Phone 7.5 from HTC. So until next time, guys, take care. Take care.